Hello everybody, how are you guys doing tonight? We have a rainy day today. Hopefully you guys don't hear the rain splattering too much. But this guy's what we're making today. So, a little bit of an explainer, I guess. Last stream we reached 3,000 followers, and as promised, I sacrificed someone to the algorithm gods, which means they got banned for 14 days, and in exchange we gave them a poisoned gift, in that we make an edit that they choose, but they can't see it because they're banned. So a bit of a poisoned gift for them. we committed a ritual temporary ban. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hey Stephanie, Indigo, Sora's working. Hi if you're lurking. So yeah, the sacrificed was Solarium System, or Sol, we're gonna call them, and they currently have in the Discord, if you go there, they have a channel for themselves called Purgatory, where they can pretend to be dead for 2 weeks. And in the meantime, we are gonna make their edit of their choosing. So this is something called La Chasse-Galerie. It's the Bewitched Canoe, or the Flying Canoe, a French-Canadian folklore tale. So, in the shortest way possible, the story goes that on a cold, I think it was a New Year's Eve, a group of loggers is, they're working. They had to work the next day. They miss their families. They miss their beloveds. So they decide to make a pact with the devil, a deal with the devil, in which the devil makes their canoe fly so they can go home and back over the night and be back to work the next day. But there is a series of rules. The people on the canoe cannot pronounce the name of God, and they can't touch the crosses in the steeples of churches. So with those simple rules, the devil lets their canoe fly. And like that, they go soaring, they go back to the city, and they have a merry night. But they make a pact before then. They say, we cannot drink, we cannot get drunk, because on our way back we'll surely mess up and the devil will take our souls. So they'll say, we're not gonna drink. But of course, the night goes wild, and the driver ends up drinking. So, on their way back, the driver is drunk, and there goes swerving through the night sky. They nearly touch a church steeple, but they miss it, which is very closely. But that sends them on a trajectory where they end up like face planting on a big chunk of snow. And the driver starts swearing and pronouncing the name of God. What happens later changes from version to version of the myth. Some say that they'll go to hell, their souls get taken by the devil. Some say that they haggle with the devil, and only the driver gets their soul taken, and the others are spared. And some say that they're cursed to continuously fly on their canoe. And every New Year's Eve, if you look at the sky over Canada, you might see them fly. So, that is what we're going to be making. So yeah, Raven, Upsopia. I don't know how to pronounce that. Upsopia? Welcome, guys. Quebec, home of the earliest anti-drunk driving campaign. I love that. So, the story can be traced back. I didn't read this part. So I installed an extension to make Wikipedia dark mode, because every time we look something up on Wikipedia, during these streams. I end up burning my retinas, and I think everybody else is, so this will be a bit easier to read, I hope. So the story can be traced back to a French legend about a rich nobleman named Galerie who loved to hunt. He loved it so much that he refused to attend Sunday Mass. As punishment for this sin, he was condemned to fly forever through the night skies, chased by galloping horses and howling wolves, in a fashion reminiscent of the Wild Hunt stories. So it apparently, through the French settlers to Canada, it came in and it got Canadized, aka it turned into a flying canoe. Never drink and drive, lest you be damned by the devil. Exactly. Lest you be bewitched. So essentially this variation is more or less what I told from memory, but several different versions of this tale exist. An Acadian version involves an axe handle. It stretches to accommodate as many as can climb on. Interesting. In English, this particular legend is known as the canoe, or the Wild Hunt Bewitched. The second name is used to translate precisely Chasse-Galerie, as it is known in Canadian French. The other term is much broader. Yeah, because the Wild Hunt is really old myth that is pretty much extended through all of Europe in many different forms. It is usually a chariot or a group of horseback hunters on horseback, sometimes with dogs accompanying them. So sometimes it's like this regular hunting party that flies through the night sky and takes people's souls. Sometimes they chase people while they're alive. Sometimes there are many versions of the myth. The version in our region, in Asturias, since you guys know I love myths from my region, is the one we did a while ago called La Huestia. It's not flying, it's just a regular procession of the dead. There's also a version with a chariot, so the theory is that it comes from the same like base myth that gave the Wild Hunt in England. I think there's a very similar one to the Wild Hunt in Germany as well. I think all throughout Europe, there's many versions of that myth. My day has been good. Here, you might hear my sister is right over there playing Elden Ring. I told her it is okay if she comes in and asks questions. She's the first. I mean, she's currently fighting a dragon, but she's currently through the first dungeon. So you might see her pop in. And there's a puppy. She's sleeping. But I told her to if she comes to bring the puppy so everyone can see it. Puppy, yeah, she's sleeping currently, but you'll see her in a bit. So that's what we're doing tonight. The Chasse-Galerie, a flying canoe. She just died. Just seeing her flailing. It's very funny. Okay, so we're looking at some links to the National Archives of Quebec that Saul, who's the person who got sacrificed for us to make this, very kindly sent us. And I was looking for canoes in public domain. So we have quite a few pictures from Canada itself, so, you know, accurate, as accurate as can be, I think. And what I would like is to have, you know, a picture looking at the night sky, old school like these, and we can see a flying canoe, or the maybe the silhouette of flying canoe, because again, night sky, so we gotta adapt it to that. So maybe we can just see a silhouette against the moon or something like that. But yeah, just an old school night sky over the city if possible. If not, over the woods would probably be fine. It's also a very Canadian vibe. Hey Rose. It's a canoe, not a can't-noo. This is the only time you can make that fun. It is banned after that. Okay, we got a few pictures. Obviously, I would like something that's gonna be hard, right? Something that's seen as much from the side as possible, or even a photo of a canoe from below, like on dry land, so we can have like the canoe flying, because we're gonna be looking above us. Ooh, this one is completely destroyed. The angle is pretty much alright. I mean, other than that, we can just look for pictures of canoes in other archives. So it's not... Or we can even look for the base picture here, in the Canadian archive, in the Quebec archive. And the picture of the canoe can come from somewhere else, can even be more modern, as long as it looks like an appropriately old school canoe. Yeah, violated the pun limitation treaty many times. True. Hey, Felix. No, but the pun treaty is on specific puns. Like, you can do one pun only once. Oh, let's see. This seems like a collection with 13 documents and 13 pictures. Oh, this is very blurry. Is it image 1? Can I? There we go. Image 2. Over a church steeple. Yeah, that would be good. Of course, the biggest challenge here is doing a night picture, because it could be hard, especially like old school pictures. Old cameras are not very good at taking pictures at night, which is why we don't see a lot of nighttime photography in archives. Oh, this is kind of cool. And it's blurry, but it's supposed to be this shadow against the night sky. It could potentially work. Let's see other pictures though. Man, some of these are... I don't know what photographer took this. But so many of them are blurry, out of focus. This dog looks scary as hell. I feel like it's staring right through my soul. Good boy. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all we have. So this one could potentially be alright, but let's look for more. Oh, that's all. That's all the 2 pages we got. Let's see. I wonder if these ones I don't have a preview. I assume that they're just things that they're not digitized. Photography, yeah, it's supposedly photography, but it's not digitized. How unfortunate. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we don't really have any other good options in terms of licenses here. We can either choose public domain or licenses that we can't use. Photography, that's again, that's one time you can use that fun. Okay, let's see. Canoe. Here we look for it in English. Hey, we might find some good ones. Here they seem to be like repairing canoes. Inland. Maybe we could find one where you can see the back of the canoe, which is, you know, or the back, the lower part of the canoe. That's mostly what we'd see if we were looking out of up at the night sky. And we saw it flying over us. Unless you had some sort of an angle, but we can work with other angles. I think my sister got tired of Elden Ring, yeah. She nearly got the dragon. Not really. Cara, tráeme cavita. You might find hits searching for regatta or regattes. Yes. Yes, that's a good idea. I'll give that a search. But it is about to be puppy time, so hold on. It's puppy time. That's my sister. Say hi.
Hey. Oh, hey. The dragon got me.
The dragon got her.
Many times.
This is the dragon.
I was using the wrong weapon, so I noticed that last minute. Hola, cama.
Oh.
Ay.
Say hi to Kawa, everybody. That's his Kawa. She's sleepy. She just wants to go to bed.
I'm gonna get her to bed.
Oi.
Oi. Oi. Culo. Mira, culo. Culo. I'm so sorry. She doesn't deserve that.
Buenas noches. So that was a puppy. She was very sleepy. She didn't know what was happening. He was completely unaware. Okay, let's give a quick look to regatta or regattes. Let's see. Domaine public. Not a lot of pictures. Legs. No, none with canoes. Oh, here we seem to have a canoe from below, but it's cut off. It's also not a very good picture. I mean, otherwise, what we can always do is just take a regular picture of people on a canoe, and it'll just look like they're hanging sideways a bit if you're looking up at them. If there's a church steeple involved, maybe they're trying to like swerve and avoid the church steeple, something like that. That could possibly work. Or, you know, maybe the picture is taken from the church steeple. So we're seeing them from the side. Oh yeah, I forgot to set the years, so we're getting modern pictures as well. Okay, so if we can't find canoes from below, let's see if we can find something that's taken at least very close to the water. So we're seeing them like straight up from the side. something in this vibe of, but with more people, with a bigger canoe. Modern retelling with a speedboat. Ooh, look at that beautiful canoe. It's huge. That's so cool. In Alaska. Oh my god. This is cursed. This is a very cursed image. I kind of like this. Like, you remove the person from behind and it's just this horrible mannequin chasing you or something. I think I'm gonna save it. Okay, let's set the years here, because I don't want modern pictures. Anything from before the 50s. There we go. Get you a partner who holds you like an anonymous person holds a headless crash test mannequin. I love this style of canoe with pointy tips like this. They're very cool. What is that? Oh no, poor dear. Did people really do this? Just hunt from a canoe? With a gun? Are you gonna like shoot fish? Would a modern retelling of the washerwomen just be people at a laundromat? A strange lady at a laundromat. I kinda love that. Ducks. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense than my theory of shooting fish. Make sure you don't use the same washing settings as her, or she'll drown you in it. Oh my god. I would love to. That would be fun to see a take on folklore creatures. I think probably not for me, not for my type of photography things. But actually, did you guys know this old project I had when I was doing surreal things? Let me go to my website and to surreal, and there was this one project. I might have to scroll down a bit. Yeah, called Modern Gods, which was all about gods in the modern day. Like they kind of they lost their jobs as gods because nobody believes in them anymore. So they're just doing regular person stuff. And it was like Thor is a newscaster, like doing the weather. Or is a pilot. I tried to do like from different cultures that aren't around the world. It was a very fun project, especially because of the research of like finding out about all these gods. Tezcatlipoca is a god from Aztec mythology, who's like the god of the night and obsidian, and it's a very cool god. So I made him have a nightclub. It's a Celtic goddess of nature, so she's not like a biological researcher. This Sun Wukong, not really a god, but a mythological figure from mostly Chinese folklore, but it's extended through many East Asian cultures. So it's not teaching martial arts, and it's barely from Hawaiian mythology. Yes, they're all on my website. If you go to the Surreal tab, you'll find them faster. There, you gotta scroll down a bit. This is an old project, and the quality of the Photoshop is not as good, but it was a very fun one to do. So you could potentially do the same thing with folklore creatures, but I feel like they would work better in like, you know, more of a cute art style, like a webcomic that explores daily lives of folklore creatures now that everybody forgot about them. So the washerwomen are just, you know, going to the laundromat and just saying cryptic things at people, and people ignore her. That would be funny. Oh yeah, the hair on Pele. That was a very fun thing to make, the hair on Pele. Because he used several pictures of lava and then to make the hair. Someone tells you off on Twitter for spreading misinformation. That already happens. No need to do to do Thor specifically. Okay, ideally we would find. Oh my god! First prize canoe regatta and water carnival. That's so good! I'm saving this. I'm saving this and putting it into my cursed old pictures folder. If anyone listening is a webcomic artist, get in touch with me. We can do that. We can collab on a webcomic about folklore creatures. That is a real crocodile, not a canoe. So ideally, I don't need like very specific silhouettes or very specific like people on the canoe, because we're going to turn them into silhouettes, but it has to be like believably a group of loggers. So if we have a family with like children and stuff, or it's like 3 people on the canoe, it doesn't really work. It has to be like a larger group, and preferably like a pretty large canoe. Oh, look at this one. We got a canoe from behind. What if I turn this around? I'm just doing it with my head for now. Yeah, it could work. We're missing a little chunk here, but it is something. What is this? Oh, this is a very cursed image. What's going on? So it's a guy holding antlers in front of a canoe. I think it's just the antlers, right? Unless they're the rest of the moose is behind, but kind of a cursed image. Okay, this is the kind of thing I'm looking for. A group with hats. Maybe it could be like more of them, but it feels like it could work within the story. If only we had a good scan of it. It seems like we're not really gonna have a good scan of this one. Let's see. The Canadian Canoe Archive Flickr album. Many have no restrictions. Yo. That is amazing. Thank you. 37 photos. Okay, so we can just scroll through them and see the rights. The rights are here, right? We're looking for ones without rights. No luck so far. Let's our posted stamps. Oh my god. There they are. Look at them. La Chasse-Galerie. The devil. Oh, this is so good. How sad that it's Some rights reserved. Oh no, this it's just yeah, I saw the words rights reserved and I thought it was fully copyrighted, but no, this is just attribution. Oh, we can use this. We can perfectly use that. Yeah. Attribution is perfectly fine. Oh yeah, all rights reserved. That's the ones we gotta look out for. The ones I said some rights reserved. For some reason, I was just half reading it. Silly. I like this canoe a lot. Let me open it in... Okay, yeah, so if I middle click there, I can do that. Okay, nice. We can use the ones with attribution. That's perfectly good. If you click through to LSC, the rights will be at the bottom. Okay. Oh, so copyright is expired here. So even though they say some rights reserved, the copyright is expired. So it is public domain as far as I'm reading, right? You can credit, but the I don't know how the law works in Canada, but public domain is public domain. You don't have a requirement of crediting, right? As far as I know. In any case, that's no worries. I don't have a problem doing the credit as long as we can use it and modify it. The licenses to look out for are usually non-commercial ones, because even if I don't sell that specific image, it's kind of muddy territory, because if you're selling other stuff or you have a Patreon, it could be considered commercial if you're using it to like grow your social media or whatever. As far as I know, I'm definitely not like super knowledgeable on copyright. I've been thinking of calling up a copyright lawyer and just have a call with them. I don't know if that's something you can do. Just call them and pay them. I don't know if that's something I would pay for it. Just like have a talk with them and ask them questions about copyright and how, because I tend to go like very far into like precaution. I know technically a lot of people have done like collage art where they have used literally copyrighted things, and since it's a transformative effort and you make something new, it's technically like lawful use, and you can still like it's since it's a new thing you can, but it just makes me nervous. So but if I had a lawyer tell me, yeah, you can use as with this and this condition, you can perfectly use these kinds of images, then I would be very relieved. Here's what I found, the link for those interested. Oh yeah, we didn't look into the library, into the archives of Canada, how their copyright situation is. The law is more liberal than US. US is has a pretty liberal copyright law in many things, compared to Europe at least. So if it's more liberal than the US, we're good. Call 1-800 copyright lawyer. Oh, this is so good. Hold on, let's look at that image. Can we? They don't let me zoom in. That's evil. Why? I just want to zoom into the image. Oh, there we go. So here we have someone there is there watching. They're flying, they're crashing against a tree, it seems, while screaming. This is like, we have a group of vloggers. This guy seems First Nations, and this guy has little horns on his head, so maybe it is the devil. It's the first thing I noticed, like this guy has little horns. That's probably the devil. I love this image. Just go to Reddit legal advice. Yeah. The best place for legal advice. Yeah, I might just do a cold call someday on Twitter and just say, hey, anybody who follows me as a copyright lawyer, can we talk? Can we just have a chat? Okay, so in terms of just straight up canoes, if we're going to use a canoe and Photoshop some people on it, I really like this one. This one's good as well. Let me download the original size for each and save them on my list so I don't lose them. It's just a D&D party. Yeah, it's a very D&D story. Okay, let's see. In terms of groups that we can put on there. Let's see if I find anything good. Not really. I mean, here we have some images of people running with canoes. I was thinking maybe we can put them inside the canoe, but that wouldn't really work well, I don't think. I keep clicking on this image because I'm just like clicking through the tabs I have open. It's always funny. No high resolution available, so this is all there is. That's very bad. That's shame on whoever digitized this. Like, come on, you can't even see the letters. Might be a very old digitation. Here we have one with... Okay, so they're pulling the canoe here. Again, pulling canoes. I guess we'll have a lot of pictures of that kind of thing. More here. Where are you finding this? That's amazing. Okay, let's see. Racing. Oh, it's in general all sorts of races, but we might get some good ones of canoes. More like organized teams, which isn't the ideal, but we can always use that as a base, I guess, as a starting point. And they're going to be like, if we take these as a silhouette in the night sky, it's very small, so it's not great. But if we took this as silhouettes on the night sky, it could work, even though it's a racing team and they're more organized than what you'd expect in the story. Ah, I love this image. Let's see that, Rose. Collection of images from Quebec. It doesn't save there in the public domain. If it's Flickr, they will say the rights here. So all rights reserved. So this is the whole account for the archive, right? So we can search here, search photo stream, and search for canoe in French. Canoe. Is that how you write it? There we go. More. Oh, nice. It's cool. Sometimes it's cool when they have Flickr accounts because sometimes it's more easily searchable than their own sites. Oh, look at the kiddos. Hey, we Wixikai, thank you for the follow. Also, did I say thank you to Gobbling Fodder? Fodder, very good name. Thanks for the follow. Oh my god, it's a beaver! Oh, this is such a pure image. Amazing. I'm desperately resisting making a pun similar to the one earlier. You remember the terms. Stick to the terms. Okay, so from here, this group is not bad. Not amazing either. This picture is beautiful. Do we have any? The quality is not great, and it's very small in the photo, so that's kaput. Okay, let's see here. Hey! Canaux d'écorce qui vole. That's the one in Wikipedia, I think. Also, it's like... it's a very funny image. It seems like it's going around in a bathtub too, which makes it extra funny. But this is that one meme that's why is everybody so mean to me? And it's this photo of a guy in the shower with this huge ass. It's exactly the same image. Fucking bathtub. It's Giga Chad going through the river. Oh, this is very good. Parents with both competitive paddlers have scans of old photos of regattas training sessions. Oh, that's so cool. Double cheek dub patting a bathtub upstream. So this one's explicitly public domain. I feel like if we add more silhouettes to this, we have to remove the texture of the paper that we can see here, of the, whatever material it is. But it could potentially work. I'm also thinking we could do the cheap trick of, since it's a supernatural ghostly thing, if we take a picture of a canoe seen from above and we just flip it, it'll, like, the canoe will be flying inverted, which, how true would it be to the myth? I don't know, but it's cool. And it could also work, like, practically. It could be a nice way to represent it just using photos like this. So we could take so many more images if we did that. Let's see here, the canoes. Maybe one from here. No, we don't really have ones from above there. Okay. This bubble butt will save him from drowning. Exactly. It's folklore up to for adaptation too. Okay, so we've already seen this Canoes Flicker album. Is that another one? Okay, that one seems like the same. Okay, no, they're two different ones, but we've already seen them. but just to check if could do the one from above like this. Now we don't really have any here. Let's keep looking there. We probably have plenty of pictures left to go through in on Picroll. Just have make everyone have giant cheeks. Yes. It's paintings. This one's kind of cool. It seems like we have documents mixed in. We do filter to just images, so it will be easier to look through. Very cool image. Again, another one from the carnival. It seems like the same as the crocodile we saw before. Oh yes, Terry the Meat Planet. It is canon that Terry the Meat Planet, the side we never see, it's just full on butt chicks. Hey Sid Map. This one is very cool, but it's just so large. It's just such a huge canoe. Like there's gotta be a middle point between that and tiny canoes with like 1 or 2 people. The dark side of the moon. It's a war canoe. Oh, that's cool. See, this is about the size of canoe that I was imagining. Like a hefty group of people. Not a huge one, but maybe we have more pictures of like that day. But of the canoes in the water instead of like people loading into them. War Canoe sounds like a name of a comedy metal band. What a specific thing. But I can see that, yeah. Oh. Upset canoe race. It's falling. It's just single file, but it's pretty large. Let's see, it seems like we have 2 versions of the same image. The other one is a bit more visible. Powerful cheeks against the currents. Ah, another one. Chasse-Galerie. I love all these images. They're so good. See, the good thing about like paintings is that you can paint it from the sky. You don't have to have like a realistic observer. in our case, we have to always shoot the picture from the ground. So we're not allowed as much detail, right? We're just seeing this flying canoe pass overhead. Seems like the theme of today is many good pictures that are just so small. Have you heard of the Arrogant Worms? Canadian comedy band. Arrogant Worms, I haven't heard of them. Tell me there's a better version of this image. No, still the same. Sad. Hey. That is very much not from Canada. That seems to be from the Arctic or the Antarctic. Oh man, that's a word I'm definitely not going to pronounce right. Saskatchewan? Saskatchewan? I don't know how to say that. Hey, there they go. So in most representations of the myth, they seem to be in like a double file. It's not like a super thin canoe, it's double file. It's quite large. Nailed it. Oh yeah. I can do things. Hey! Okay. This one might be good. I think we would have to add some more silhouettes. I know some of them are children, but at a safe distance, it can be anything. I don't think that's going to matter too much. But we have that right. I think the silhouette is cool. Where would this be? Puget Sound. Pacific Northwest. We're a bit far from Quebec, but... Let's see. Oh, this seems to be an unknown source. Museum of History and... Hey, Midnight, how you doing? How was your stream? Dude, I never get to raid you. You always stream before me. How are you guys? We are going to represent a Canadian myth from Quebec called the Chasse-Galerie. It's about a group of loggers that make a deal with the devil, and it's New Year's Eve and they want to go see their families, but they gotta work the next day, so they don't have time to make the round trip. So they make this deal with the devil that they can get onto a canoe, and the canoe will fly and get them to their destination real quick, as long as they don't pronounce the name of God or touch a church steeple. They will be fine. Otherwise, their souls will get stolen. So they do that, and on the way back they're drunk, and the conductor, or the one in the back here who gives the direction is a bit drunk and gets them into an accident, starts swearing and says the name of God, and they fail their mission. So I'm doing good. Okay, so the story behind this is on a complete whim, we said that when we got to 3,000 followers here on Twitch, I would sacrifice one of them. So a volunteer would be banned for a few weeks as a sacrifice, and in exchange I would make an edit that they, like, any idea that they proposed. So we got 5 volunteers, which is a lot. And, we picked a random one to be sacrificed, and they decided to give us this idea about the Chasse-Galerie. So we're gonna try and represent that. So we were basically looking for images of canoes, since it's supposed to be this flying canoe, like over the night sky. First I was trying to find images of canoes that we can like put in the air flying. Seems like this one's promising. We'll basically just need, since it's a nighttime image, we just need a silhouette that works. We'd probably need to add more silhouettes to make the canoe feel more full, but the size is good. So we're going to be looking here in the archive. We'll see if we can find the image quickly and get the biggest quality possible. No results. Oh, that's great. Sometimes these museum archives can be very annoying. Let me look it up on Google and see if I can... Okay, it's also on Wikimedia, so we're good. Okay. It's not huge, it's actually quite small, but since it's going to be this silhouette back in the night sky, it should be fine. I hope so, at least. We also haven't searched Wikimedia. So we can give it a quick look there. See if we have like any cool old pictures of canoes, or it can be modern pictures as long as the canoes are appropriately old looking. Yes, Lavender Town. Hey, what about this one? I mean, it's kind of a small canoe, but we can see like, it could potentially work, but it's a kind of a small one, unfortunately. Okay, here's something. We got an image here of exactly the kind of canoe we want at pretty much the same angle as the image here. Just flipped. But we could use this one to change the shape of the canoe to one that feels maybe a bit more like the ones we would have in the story and in Canada. I don't know if this canoe would be appropriately placed in Canada. I have no idea. But in most of the representations we see, like this one, it's this kind of canoe. So that shape seems like it could work. Let's hope so, at least. So I got it downloaded. Yeah. New hurdles, yes. First time I hear about that as well. The black and white one is the type you see among Pacific Coast tribes. Makes sense. So let's change the shape, at least the shape of the tips, to that one to be a bit more correct. And let's see if we find anything else. You know, it's in Quebec. Yeah, okay. Good to know, good to know. Let's be as accurate as possible. Oh, this is very good as well. Seems like the same kind of canoe, but... Jack Adams Racing Canoe, 1909. I think the one we have is still a bit better, but I like that one as well. Hey Cole, how are you doing? It's canoe day. We're looking at pictures of canoes for a while. Let's see. This one could potentially work as well. It again seems to be more long than wide. We have a bunch of them, but they're all bunched up and hard to pick apart. Yeah, we can get like paddles from different photos. Oh man, this one's very far away. I can't see anything. We'll probably be doing a bit of drawing since it's essentially a silhouette that we're working with. Can get away with drawing like the ends of the paddles, that kind of thing. We'll just try to be accurate to the type of, you know, the shape of paddles. Try to imitate these, for example. Oh, what was the... There we go. How many people from this chat are from Quebec, I wonder? Yes. Whole gang is here. You love photoshopping? You are in the right place. Oh, here's someone not having a good time. Caught slipping. I love Val Insect God, makes me want to be religious again. You can always start praying to the bug gods, just in case they do exist. Okay, we got a lot of like single person and two person we can use. Not a lot that we can use. And most of these are like modern, like racing boats. So they'd have like that kind of streamlined shape, the pedals as well. Okay, I think let's leave this search at that. It seems like we're starting to get unrelated things. Okay, so now we need a background picture. I think originally it happens over, let me see. Okay, Montreal. How is it pronounced in French? I never know. So we can look here. Wait, oh, you guys can see the search terms. They're just under my camera. Let's see if there's anything for Montreal and night. Okay, night scenes, Belmont Park. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, that's double exposures and stuff. Bête de nuit. Oh. This is creepy. with the fire raging behind. So that is why you don't get a lot of old pictures of things at night, because it's very hard to take them, and you'll get these kinds of things. I don't know what's happening here. I literally have no clue. I'm wondering if it's a fire or something. But it's a city hall of Montreal. Yes, it's a fire, incendie. Huh. Probably not the right picture to put this. Let's see. Jet d'eau, Parc La Fontaine à Montréal. Okay. Very hard to see anything. Is that all? I think that's all, probably. We have 22. Let's also go for the copyright not evaluated. Because especially if they're old pictures, we should be fine. It's Montréal, okay. Thank you. For a more modern picture, I don't know when year this is from. 63. Oh, let's see. Photographs of an electric central at night. These are cool. 1960. Seems like we have several. These are nice. Would it fit the story? Not really, so. So we'll leave it at that. 74. See, like in the 60s and 70s, you do get good night pictures. Like, I wouldn't be super against having the canoe flying over this more modern city, because it's supposed to be that it continued flying every New Year's Eve as like punishments to the loggers. So it could be flying over here. Especially in this one, because we do have a bright sky. Even though it's night, it still captures the light of the sky. It seems to be sunset or something. So I could see a canoe flying over here. Let's keep looking though. Let's see what other night pictures we can find. 1967. There's a color picture. It's cool. Oh, there's several. That's number 2. Okay, this could be nice. Maybe this but turned black and white. But we're taking a long exposure. So the canoe would probably be like, maybe not with the black and white one here. Yeah, probably better to use that. No, it is no long exposure as well. So when you see the trails of light, that means it's a car and it's been taken in long exposure, so you only see the light. So in this case, we'd probably have kind of a more spectral moving shadow, if we want to be accurate to how the picture was taken. They put an owl statue to keep birds away. I like that. Oh, 1967 Universal Expo. Hey Nitsquid, I'm gonna make this pic scary. This one's not gonna be that scary, I think. It's more a folklore thing. A lot of pictures of that Expo 1967. What is this one? Snowshoeing Ice Palace Night. Oh, I like that. This one's definitely older. 1938. Then we got those with the fire and the fountain, which aren't really visible. It was a big deal. Yeah, are those the buildings built for the expo still there? For example, if you go to Barcelona, the buildings, a lot of them are still there. Or yeah, there's like a park, and there's plenty of the buildings built for the expo are still standing. This one could be cool if only it wasn't so terrible. It was so hard to see anything. What's up with bonfires? Is this a winter thing, a Christmas thing? February 12th, 1938. Hey, Exy. What have you missed? We've been looking for pictures mostly and chatting. Oh yeah, it can be a recent picture, but the more accurate to the time, the better. I'm wondering if this could work. You got a big bonfire, a bunch of people watching. Imagine a canoe flying over the fire, like in front of it, and just making this silhouette. It's also one of the only good, appropriately timed images taken at night. Because you know the problem, if you take a modern image taken at night, and you just make that black and white, you decrease the contrast, you do the typical things to make it feel older, it will never be accurate, because old pictures at night looked like this. You had to have super long exposures, things tended to look blurry, you would have like pretty much everything black and just whatever source of light was super bright. So it just, like, the technology was so different that you can't really take a modern image and undo it in that way, or it would take such an extensive amount of work that I don't think it's worth it. During winter, we have those public winter activities in big parks, and there's usually big bonfire when they huddle up when they're cold. The fires aren't that big though. Okay, could you have one of this in the new year? Because this is supposed to be a New Year thing, right? New Year's. Because it could be cool, right? This is a winter tradition. And supposedly, like, yeah, New Year's Eve. Let's see. Appear in the sky every New Year's Eve. Yeah. Would that be believable? To find one of these fires? Such a big one. Well, we know it actually happened, but it happened in February. Got another picture. But the other one is better. This one's better. I kind of love old night pictures, like the very old ones like that. There's a strange feel to them. Like it feels not real in a way. They're just this kind of hazy, strange lights. They're some of my favorites. Like in just pure artistic terms. Can we filter these out? It's, yeah, accessible en ligne. I will cut out anything. And I will cut out anything that's not documents. Okay. Oh, here's one with a canoe, accidentally. So do you guys think that the bonfires would work? Oh, this one's beautiful. Do you guys think that the bonfires would work in the New Year's Eve night? Here's a fountain taken with the same technique. Very hard to see anything. Rose should have final say. Oh, another one of the... Oh yeah, we came across this one before. I think I might have closed it before, but... Don't know which one I prefer. I kind of like both. This one feels a bit more mysterious. Because in the other one you can see that people are skiing clearly. In this one you can just see the silhouettes of people and the fire. Winter won't feel best to me. In my knowledge, New Year's are spent indoors with family and loved ones. Bonfire like that are more for daytime activities or during the national holiday. Okay. So is there any like... Yeah, I guess people spend it indoors with family, so we can't have like any like big gathering. Although we could just say it happened. Would anyone check? Would the Québécois be in arms if we had a big bonfire and people were there at night and at New Year's Eve? I love this picture. It's beautiful. But there's no good place to put our flying. Maybe like here. Like there's no good patch of sky in this one to put our flying canoe. It would be cool to have some other angles of this, but seems like the only ones we have are... should be over here, right? The only other ones are this, which is just nothing. This, which again doesn't give us any good sky. Photoshop streamer Angers all of Quebec. Found a picture of the bridge. You can combine two legends into one. What's with the bridge? We have pictures of the bridge, I think, if that's the one you're talking about, but they're way more modern. There's the one from the 60s. That's also, this one's beautiful too. It's snowy, so it could work for New Year's. This one's not as interesting. Let's see. We got this one. I don't know if that's the bridge. I've never been to Montreal. This be the bridge, Rose? That you were thinking about? I mean, yeah, we could potentially just have this, and the picture is taken in the 60s, and it just, or even over the night city like this. Collapsed through 2 or 3 times. Legends say it's cursed. Ooh, that's cool. I'd probably put it over this bridge, because then we have a good space for a silhouette. Should we go with that then? Let's see. Accept the conditions. Yes. Just download the 4th. Thank you. It's in a zip folder. Why? Okay, so this one has non-evaluated copyrights, which usually means that nobody's scared to file copyright for this, which just means you're fine. As far as I know. It's not the right bridge. Is it still recognizably the city though? So I'd rather use a real vintage picture than have to oldify a modern one. It won't look as real. It never does with night pictures. So we could put this here. And then we got this, we got that. 1907 bridge collapse. The world's longest cantilever bridge collapsed just as workers were preparing to leave. So it collapsed during construction. Oh, it's a very cool image of the collapse. Hold on. I wish I had anything bigger than this, man. It's creepy. You are a selection. I am a selection. Okay, Lousy, have a good night. Thanks for coming. And despite everything, for the puns as well. Looks like that. Okay. I don't think we'll be able to find specifically a night picture of that bridge though, of the cursed bridge. So we can just keep it at one myth. Okay, so if we went, oh, that's gonna be a problem though with this image. I think if I want to make it flying over the bridge, it would have to be very, very small. It could be flying in front of us, but it wouldn't feel that way because of the angle. That's the biggest problem there. Yeah, if we just put it here and make it as big as we want and just say like it's been in between the bridge and us. Instead of doing that, it would feel like it's huge and way more like super far and super big. Which wouldn't be ideal because they are not giants. So this would have to work with a different angle. Unless we have like literally something in the foreground. Which wouldn't really work for that bridge. Yeah, so I think this background picture is probably not gonna do it. I'm gonna cut it. Zoom in on the background. Yeah, we don't have enough quality out of the picture. I think it might be the same for the other ones in the collection, like this. I mean, this one, the biggest problem is that if it's in the sky, it wouldn't be visible, so we wouldn't have a silhouette. But this one, we'd probably have a similar problem. It could work a little better though, because we could put it in front of a building or something. Let me download this one. That is number 1. For some reason it puts it in a zip folder, which I guess good effort, but it's not really needed. It's one image. Okay, let's see. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? Welcome. Creating a Canadian legend. How was your stream? Welcome, everybody. This, I guess, for reference for the newcomers, welcome in. We are creating a representation of this legend. It's called the Chasse-Galerie, and it's about a group of loggers that make a deal with the devil so that their canoe can fly, so they can get to see their partners in time for the New Year's. Of course, they get drunk and it all goes wrong because the devil, as a condition, tells them they can't touch the steeples of churches and they can't pronounce the name of God or their souls will be forfeit. And they get drunk and they end up swearing, which they say the name of God and they fail their promise. So according to some stories, now they are cursed to every New Year's travel the skies. It's a great legend. It's very fun with the flying canoe and everything. So this one could work here. The biggest thing here is that we have a modern skyline combined with this old school thing. The other option that I'm still well, this one's also very good. It's also modern skyline, but we do have, yeah, this one we do have some foreground elements, so it is cool. Oh, no, let me download. Oh, there. That's downloaded. Canadian version of the Flying Dutchman. Yeah, something like that. Thank you, Jambud, for the follow. Welcome. This image is also good. These ones are all from the 60s. So yeah, we do have like that modern skyline. And then we have really, really old pictures from the 30s, which I still kind of think they're my favorites. There's this one. This one's going to be a bit hard because there's no good patches of sky to put our flying thing in. And then there's the ones in the bonfire, which, despite everything, are still my favorites, I think. Because it's just, you know, just a creepy bonfire. It's apparently, according to Rose, it's a winter tradition in Quebec. But oh, that one's beautiful. The one you sent. Could it pass as nighttime? Maybe with some touches. But oh, Rose, the one you sent. Okay. That one might be in the running, because even though it's a daytime picture, we could conceivably make it feel a bit more like nighttime by reducing the shadows here. But most of all, what is this here? As a church steeple. That's part of the story. Hey Will. Hope you're doing well. This one is just inside, let me see. Oh, that's the cursed bridge, isn't it? It's too daytime though. This one can't possibly work as nighttime. But this one has a church steeple. We don't have like a ton of quality, but we can probably make do. Let's see. Let's plop that in there. I also got the bonfire ones. We'll just drop that in this one. Oh, hold on. Did I check the what's that? Okay, non-evaluated rights. 1943. So properly old. I'm probably good with this one. Might make it look like it's a Father Christmas sled, that's true. That's no problem, we'll explain it in the text, because I don't think non-Canadian people will be familiar with this story, so we'll have to properly explain it. I think I'll be exaggerating the cross here to make it like pop a little. There's a movie adaptation. That's great. Chasse-Galerie la légende. I love that. Very cool. We have the bonfire ones. This one's my favorite of them. Like, this one could work for something, even for something different, right? Imagine if you had just the tip of a canoe flying over the fire. Now let's go with this. They're flying right next to the steeple. Like just grazing it. Something like that. Let me finish that selection. We will need more shape, more like silhouettes popping from the canoe. Okay, let's bring back the paddle here. Any other disappearing paddles? Doesn't seem like it. It's a little bit here, maybe. Yeah, we could cut some branches to leave some more space here. And then we got this one, which I think we only need to flip. And the angle is like pretty much perfect compared to the other. So we'll use the shape of this canoe. We'll have to draw the bottom a bit though. So the canoe we have there with the family inside would be more of a West Coast canoe. We need an East Coast canoe. So we're going for this one that seems appropriate, but you guys let me know. The actual Canadians, please let me know if this one wouldn't work. Okay, let's see. Let's shape those edges. And make the bottom feel fuller, because right now we only have the part that leaves the water. I'm kind of pretending the rest is here. It's still quite a flat bottom chip, so we don't need to go super deep, I don't think. Will that be alright? Close to the shape of a traditional one. Yeah, good, perfect. Shall run with it. Okay. Now we'll put it over here. We will make it appropriately big. Hey, Blaz. Okay. Let me edit the shape a little bit further. I'm gonna go a bit larger. And push that up until that edge, the inner edge, matches the other one. This was a bit more curved than the other, which is flatter. We have to work within those limitations. A canoe controlled by Snoopy. What does Snoopy have to do with this one? Okay. Hope the proportions are more or less right. I have to flatten it a bit. Okay, so now here. everything that pops out. Like this guy's hand and the paddle, which we will draw. We'll leave from that side. Same with this guy. God, such a massive pixels. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what you're even painting. But it's going to be a silhouette, so we don't need to be the best at it. Just decent enough. Yo! Getting that Discord roll. Hold on. Let me save this. It's going to be... I'm just going to call it canoe. Let me give you the Discord roll right now. So I don't forget later. Okay. Rolls. There you go. I'm getting that green roll. Congratulations. That's a lot of saving points. If you guys aren't in Discord, by the way, feel free to join. I think the bot should put the link in chat at any point. Or not. Maybe the bot is not working. There it is. It's a great community for horror artists and people who just enjoy horror art. Okay, so we got the beginnings of the canoe here. I think we should add 1 or 2 more paddlers. Let's see. We have many tabs open. Let's see, let's kind of cycle through them. Too gentlemanly. Wouldn't work. Not the correct angle. I kind of like this guy. It's such a bad picture though, that I have no idea if it'll even work at all. Let me save that in my list. The dummy. It's so good. We could take some from here because they feel like they're running, but if we just use their silhouettes, they feel a bit more dynamic. Like they're hunching over, like they just swerved and avoided that steeple. So let me download that. Save that. Go back here. Let's try these out. $500 points. What are you looking for? Okay, this one is just a massive pixels, but he has a little hat, so that gives him an extra point. Oh man, that's not a very good selection. Let's see. Will it work? Honestly, maybe it could work. So maybe he could be in the front. Where should we put him? We should leave some blank space here for the steeple, for the church steeple to be visible. We could actually get this guy as well. We just need the body. One more silhouette. There they go. Change the levels. For both of them. Okay, then I think we need to remove some of these branches from the background. Make the area a little bit cleaner so that we have a better image of the canoe. And the steeple, which is an important part of the story. Very important. And reminds you of the 8 immortals of Chinese mythology. What is that? I don't think I've heard of it. Okay, that could work. I might remove this branch as well. Just give it a bit more space. Make the area clearer for them. Then, okay, There's a bit of JPEG artifact that we're battling against. Just the more annoying part. So I think what I'll do is blur everything a little bit. Or actually, before I do that, I could try the neural filter version of it. Let's see if it works. Where is it? JPEG artifacts removal. Let's see if it works. Oh man, that's gonna be, it's just a medium. How's that 8 minutes of processing? What? Oh hell no, I'm not doing that if it takes 8 minutes to just see if it works. No, it is 8 minutes. Okay, screw you. not waiting 8 minutes for a filter Photoshop. I'm not that patient. So we're giving this a bit of a blur plus sharpen. Photoshop is weird. No, it's the new neural filters. They used to be processed on. I don't like that. They used to be processed on the cloud. Now they're processed on the computer, which is much better because you don't need an internet connection to do it. But they apparently take some time. The other ones don't take that much, but I hadn't used the JPEG removal one until now in this version of Photoshop. So apparently that one, that one's heavy. Oh, definitely the wrong tool. There we go. To make that steeple very visible. Now, the idea is to make this feel like a night picture. So there's a few things we can do here. One among them is reducing the strength of the shadows. Just make things feel a bit more evenly lit. Because the rest of the picture is pretty dark in general. We just have these long shadows here on the ground. Oh, thank you for the save reminder. So just a bit of clone stamp. And going over those strong shadows to soften them. Remove as many as we can. Without muddying the image too much. Or repeating patterns too much. The Banished One says that if you like more context, you can check the Discord. The Banished One. Is Soul watching the stream illegally? You shouldn't. Apparently the bonfires are yeah, especially for Quebec's National Day. But they could be used. It sounds good. An info dump about Quebec. Oh, the bridge collapse legends. Those are cool. But no more communing with the dead. With the vanished. No more necromancy. Or we'll have to talk about the moral implications of reviving the dead or the sacrificed. But necromancy is so fun. I mean, true. Don't get me wrong, but... Oh, later I gotta show you guys a game that I've been playing. It's not horror at all. It's about bugs and it's extremely cute. But if you guys like bugs, which chances are if you like my work, you might. It's about being a little jumping spider and doing some platforming, and it's extremely fun mechanics of just swinging. Just very satisfying mechanics. Yeah, it's one called, let me get the name right, because I got it here in my, it's called Webbed. You can also build webs, which is not a jumping spider thing, but I will pass it, because it also has skateboarding and things that aren't, it's not meant to be a realistic, you can shoot lasers, but, so I'll pass the fact that this jumping spider can build webs. Because it is a very fun mechanic. It's like $5. It's very cheap, so I really recommend it. After we finish this, so we'll play it for. I'll show you guys some of the levels. Okay. We've removed a lot of these shadows. in exchange for some muddiness, because now it looks a bit muddy, but I think we'll be fine since we'll be darkening the whole thing quite a bunch. Just give the spider all of the things. Oh yeah, you can pick up leaves, and you just put them over your head and glide down. It's very nice. All the mechanics are like very satisfying. Okay, we're back to this. We are gonna have to add a bunch of noise and let's see, grain here as a first little step. It's kind of a small grain. We'll have to add thicker grain to hold things together. I should be, hopefully I can get done with the ziggurat series very soon. I've been thinking about it, and I really have like a couple weeks now, a space of a couple weeks where I'm gonna be able to post it well, and after that I'm just gonna be so busy with the moving that it's gonna be hard. So I gotta get some stuff finished and some writing done. Because very soon it's gonna be very hard to do that. I think I might zoom into the image, and that means we're gonna lose even more detail, but I think it should be for the best. Oh, gotta lock that. There we go. Yeah, I figured a couple weeks ago, I figured I'm gonna stop like streaming them and just call the images done, because I didn't want to like just bloat the series. I'm just doing more and more and more, and just focus on the writing and the and just having it done as done as it can be. And then if I have to do some extra images to complement the writing, I will do that, but probably off stream, unless I have a stream where I have nothing else to do. But that should keep, even for people who have been watching all those streams religiously, it should keep some surprises in, so that's nice. Okay, I want to make this slightly darker. There we go. Now let's take the canoe. Group it all up. I need some blurring. There we go. We've been to all of them since the first one I was here for. Not sure, honestly. It was a lot of streams. If you were here for all of them, like, I commend you, because that was a lot of time listening to me. Hope you put this in the print shop. Yeah, sure. I'll do it for you. Remember me if I forget. It should be a fun print to have because it's it's this. You know, it feels like a regular picture of a park, and then you look closely, and there's a goddamn flying canoe. Oh, we need to do the paddles. I should have put that in the same group, but I forgot. Let's see. Let me check that drawing. To see how they did the paddles. Okay. So we'll try to go for that, for this kind of shape. It's a canoe, it's similar as well. Good Christmas cards. Yeah, that's true. Hey, maybe for the Patreon on Christmas. Although I should do... I should make a tradition of making creepy Santas on Christmas. I don't know if you guys have seen this ones, but yeah, the past couple of years for Christmas I posted... Hold on, I'm gonna be able to find them much easier on my website, I think. Because they're both from different years and they'll be far apart in my own files. Here, Santa sightings. This is the one I did in 2020 with the trail cam and the glowy eyes, and this is the one I did this year, looking up the chimney and seeing it stretch and break its bones to get through. Creepy Santas. So I should definitely do one of those for this year. Although maybe for patrons in Canada in the next Christmas, specifically for the ones that have a Canada address, I'll send them this different version. That would be funny. And not say anything, right? Like I just silently drop that, drop a completely new one. Santa Claus is hunting you down. Estilly or Easy Tilly, maybe? Welcome. Okay, this one definitely has a paddle, but I think is going to the other side. So we'll just have the end of it poking out. Okay, how many paddles do these things have? Let's see. Not Santa. Just this. Okay, they seem to have everyone has a paddle. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 5 on each side. I think it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then okay, the one in the back is like the direction, right? And the others are just rolling forward. I thought he said Santa Claus is hunting your town. I mean, that too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this one is not really paddling, it's just looking up. So you wouldn't really see that. Then we could have here 4, 5. And just have this one paddling. We'll just completely create a new one. And another one back there. So would this be the conductor? No, because I don't know if the conductor is more of an orchestra thing, isn't it? The one that holds the direction, I guess, would kind of be standing up like this one, right? So maybe we go back to this version, and we put this guy in the back. Maybe moving the whole canoe a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong one, definitely. The stern man. Perfect. Then we'll have this guy be the stern man, and we'll fill up the ranks a little bit here. Okay. So this would be the boat. We'll push everything back a little bit. This guy will be here. I guess we'll be the one right this side. 1, 2. I guess we need another person there then. Yeah, we'll add more people. We got some more from the same image as these guys, since they seem to be working quite well. They have the vibes with their hats and everything. So let's go for this guy, since it's sitting. It's good that we just need silhouettes. Photoshop's not great at selecting people from these photos, since they are kind of low quality at the base. Thankfully, you don't need super high quality. Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's add one more right in here. And I think that should be enough. So let's add this guy then, to not repeat any person. So each of them is different from the rest. I think it'll be kind of hard to get the silhouette of the hat for this guy. Completely evil Photoshop challenge. Only use the first selection the Photoshop gives you. I would die. Like, I can't edit it at all. I mean, I think I'd kind of cheat it, but by choosing images that I know Photoshop will select right. And then just hoping for the best. shift that edge inwards. Inwards. Now he's floating. Don't float. Okay, now the canoe is quite full. That should be better. Now, let's take the whole thing, and just like before, we will grip it up, turn it into a single layer, Gaussian blur, and now one against the other, bite to the death. I don't know why the selection does this in certain circumstances. It's a bit annoying. Does the fillet immediately forward the stern man? Hold on. Look a bit big. Funny enough, I think it's from the original photo. But let's see. Was it convert to layers? Yes. Oh, the transform didn't apply. It's fine. I think funny enough it's from the original. I think this guy might be too small. Might be the other way around. Why is... Weird. Yeah, we'll have to redo a few of the paddles because we moved people around. I think that should be a bit better. This guy here. Yeah, there we go. Flip that horizontally. Burn it a bit. Change the size. And pedals. Okay, I can probably reuse quite a few of them. Honestly, I can probably reuse this one here. These two can just probably be moved up a little. Why did... Why? I'm moving it, it just goes back. Please stop doing that. Thank you, Photoshop. I really appreciate it when you do the basic things you were instructed. Sammy42, thank you for the follow. And thank you for the save reminder. Okay, let's see. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, we would need a fourth one there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3 more. What is it? What was I using? I think soft route here. Yeah, gotta be that one. over here. Let's see, this guy there. And I guess they're kind of disorganized with the paddling, but I guess they're drunk people coming back from a New Year's party, so... So I wouldn't trust them to be super well organized. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if that's a person or not, but we don't care. And 9. I hope that the paddles are big enough. I feel like they should be, right? Compared to the size of the people. They're just kind of thin, but I think they're just like that, in that, at least comparing it to that painting, which has which is I guess how we should depict them, since the painting is probably correct to the type of canoes of the region. The old ones aren't brought, okay. Painting some of them in thinner, because we would be seeing them from the side, since we're only seeing a silhouette. And I hope my not amazing painting will be camouflaged once we actually putting the final lighting and make things a bit more contrasty. Let's see. What else? Let's do some soft light on the canoe. To reinforce the lighting coming from the left, like in the steeple. So anything in the lower or right area will be quite dark. A bit more 3D. And then we eliminate the noise for the moment. And we check out what this will look like once we actually have like all the effects in. Oh, before we do that, we should do that quick little blur plus sharpen. Not a ton in this case, because there's a lot of artifacting that we're bringing out when we sharpen. Then we need to have enough grain to at least hide the artifacts. The grain kind of acts as a blur as well, because it clumps things up into those little grains. Okay, so we're gonna have a strong feathered vignette. Let's see how strong we have to make it once we have settled the rest. We'd have more contrast, I think. I feel like the whole thing here is a bit too... a bit too dark. After I painted all those shadows, it feels like it's a bit too dark, but maybe we'll make the steeple also darker instead of having that stronger light on it. We shall see. don't need to do as much vignettes. Actually, we have 0 right now. Because there's already a vignette I painted before, so... Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll leave this menu. I think before that, though, we'll go to the steeple. I will attempt to select it. Everything except for the cross. Change some music. Whoa. Computer, don't be weird. There we go. Okay. We got a steeple. Let's remove those little windows in the selection. We'll probably have to adjust the selection once we have settled things. Not working. It's supposed to be working. For some reason that is doing nothing. It should be affecting that area. That's very strange. Oh. Oh, it's because I had a layer on top. Yeah. I was editing the wrong layer. Silly me. I thought it was Photoshop's fault, but it was mine. Okay. So what we'll need first is some feathering of those edges. There we go. And just to make the whole church feel darker in contrast against the background, become, yeah, more of a silhouette. And I wonder how that will affect everything. Actually, the canoe, I'm also gonna do levels. Do I have this off? Yeah. This is not bad actually. Yeah, I should really reduce the contrast. That looks cool. I should know what to talk about more here. That's not feel pressured. You can just stand back and chill. Not forced to participate. Okay, we're getting somewhere there. Okay, should I make this image more, give it more sepia tones? Give it some oranges, something like that. Or should we leave it pure black and white? Also thinking about the composition, and if things feel a bit too far away. Yeah, flux on. Because I said that it was pure black and white and it felt sepia to you, right? Yeah, let's try a bit of color on. Apparently there are a lot of smart filters. It's taking a second, but there we go. Make the image crunchy. Maybe here in the color grading, we can start by adding just a touch of blue to the shadows. Just to not make the sepia monotone. Okay, two different yellows here. Some more blending, change the balance. Now turn that down. There's just a touch. Also, let me go those blues. You know what I was thinking? What I was thinking, Rose, that actually there's some areas that still feel a lot like daytime, and specifically this zone here, which isn't as affected as the shadows here, and that area still feels very much like daylight. In nighttime, you wouldn't really get shadows unless it's this very strong moonlight. I feel like I should just darken this whole area and just leave. Composition wise might also work quite well, because then you get this this dark area around, and you have one lit zone here. I'm not gonna zoom out a bit. I think I zoomed in too much. And then you got that well lit zone where the canoe is, so it just directs you to that. D&D comic, thank you for the follow. Also, Insane Wolf, I think I missed it. Thank you for the follow as well. Let me try a couple things with the filters, which will take some time to process. Yeah, I'll just kind of do the same thing I did to the church steeple, even with the same layer, and I'll just apply it down here. And let's see if that works. I think that's this levels layer. Yeah, that'll do well. So let's select everything but the sky. Just do a rough selection like this. Ooh, that was pretty good for one shot. Doing this by hand is slightly nerve-wracking, but it's just a guide. It's just so I don't go over the edge when painting this black, if that makes sense. Or not exactly black, but making it darker. Let's see. Oh, this should be way over here. Yeah, there we go. It was looking patchy because I had all these clone stamp layers on top instead of below. Because I'm silly like that. Okay, now let's take care of those edges. Let's see. There's a blur tool there. I should use that tool more often. I never used the blur tool. It's kind of blur things by hand. I mean, it works well enough, but in some cases it's good to use a tool. Okay, hopefully that complements the lighting. I was also thinking if we zoom it in, we could maybe cheat some trees into the picture. Like this tree here, just add it on. Should I put this in? Darken? So they combine? Yeah. Bamboozled is a great word. I agree. So we just kind of multiply that tree to the right. Now we have that below it, which we can possibly get rid of. Yeah. It's a jumble of branches anyway. We can get away with it. Okay. Heebie-jeebies. That's very good. Is heebie-jeebies always one word? Can you ever separate it? Is there any case where you can divorce heebies from jeebies? I'm just saying, English would be a much better language if that could happen. Someone should get on it if that hasn't happened yet. Heaping the GBs. Okay, now we have a very strong natural vignette, or not natural, I added it, but I'm not gonna need to add anything other than that. And hopefully this can look a bit more appropriately nighttime. GBs alone sounds like Jinkies from Scooby-Doo. You might have caught their inspiration. Oh, I like this much better now. Now we have a much stronger silhouette than before. That's a change, isn't it? What do you guys think? No, I actually won't zoom it in. I don't like the zoomed out version. Okay, what do you guys prefer? Color or black and white? So I think I'll reduce the strength of that grain because it's getting a bit much. Should we keep the yellows then? I mean, the yellows would make it fit very well into the rest of my... Yeah, color? Good. It makes it fit very well into the rest of my folklore things, which I would definitely include this into my like folklore collection, which I think I had my website over here. I have it in the first, there we go, first spot. So all the folklore things I've done, I've included, I've made them look like very old school and included a pretty big sepia toning. These two are much closer to each other because I just did them very close to each other. So yeah, I tried to go for a similar style. This one, if I changed anything right now, I would just make everything a little bit browner instead of that yellow, just to match the others. This one again, Krampus. So this one would definitely fit that vibe. They all have that same toning. This one did well, but here's a fun thing. Okay, go here. It did very well. 500 retweets. That's the most I've got out of any folklore thing. As I was saying yesterday, that the folklore things they're never as popular as the others, as the rest of my stuff. But I just really enjoy making them, so I don't care. But this one did well, and I think it was specifically because while we made it, we sacrificed someone to the algorithm gods. They listened. The algorithm gods listened. So there you go. It works. Sacrifices work. I can attest. Can you imagine if actually someone takes this seriously and starts banning people in hopes to appease the algorithm? That would be extremely funny. Let's go high contrast. Bit softer highlights. feel like I should blur this just ever so slightly more. Because the lower part, this part here, it feels too sharp compared to the background. We could also, let me try something, silly as it may be. Oh man, this is very dark, isn't it? I just didn't realize it. The algorithm gods blessed us, for real. Fibonacci googly hell. Okay, where's the canoe? Here. Yeah, we need to match the Gaussian blur to this, essentially. So it should be a bit higher than 2. I'm also going to do that to the paddles. I'm gonna make the paddles completely black. All of them. Some of them I will leave like that, but... Okay, let's see now. Does that look better? I honestly don't see much difference. Oh yeah, I also wanted to try something. Let me close down some layers so we don't bloat this. Also, can close these two down. Okay. Something I wanted to try. Group 3 here is our canoe. Yes. Canoe full. The others just like the construction and layers. What if, hear me out, with these long exposure shots, maybe the canoe would have some motion blur, just like going forward, giving it some motion, or even, oh, thanks for the save reminder, even filter blur gallery path blur. So, where's our path? Hey, where the hell is our path? Is it? Huh. I think our path is invisible. Uh-oh. Let me try that again. Path blur, please work. What? It just made the path invisible. So this is supposed to have... Huh. Yeah, the controls don't work. Okay, that sucks. Why is that happening? Oh, Photoshop. Yeah. I think this simply doesn't work. It doesn't let me leave either. Please get unstuck. Cancel. Okay, we're good. Save. Yes, Photoshop is being dumb again, it seems like. It might be the layer. I'll make it into a regular layer instead of a smart object. It's just a copy, so it doesn't matter. So now it's a regular layer. Let's try the blur gallery, path blur. It's still invisible, is it? Yeah. Yeah, I guess path blur doesn't want to work today. Shame. Let's see if another document will work. Let's try everything. Edit contents. So this will bring us here. Oh, it's actually, I forgot it had color. We will crop that out. Give it some padding. We'll reduce saturation because we don't need that. And then we'll filter blur gallery. Make that smart object. Blur gallery path. No, I think it's just broken all over Photoshop. Okay, screw it. We'll just do a regular blur. Not like it mattered. Didn't matter that much, honestly. The devil, it's the devil, it's interfering. You can maybe do this, maybe. Okay, so this would give us... Here's what I'm thinking. Where's it? There we go. We have the regular canoe. Or actually, let me just do another copy so we can mess with it as well. Gonna have like 2 levels of motion blur, which should look a little bit more, you know, like tapered. And then this one just has a ton of motion blur. No, we encountered this last stream too. The software deities are jealous. That's true. Next sacrifice will be to the software gods. Kim Lisa, thank you for the follow. Now, let's add all our filters on top of this. At 5k, when we reach 5k, however long that takes. Okay, so here would be the difference. We lose out on detail, we gain out on movement. I think my biggest problem with this is that it's feeling less recognizably like a canoe. Like here you can clearly see the shape of the canoe, I think. Here it's just getting harder. So maybe... Maybe we go somewhere in between, something like that. Where we do have some motion blur, but the shape is still like recognizable. Before long we were going all out Wicker Man. As we should. Okay, so they're out there, they're veering, getting close to that church steeple. I think they colors. They should be a little bit darker to match the church steeple, or the church should be a bit brighter here. So they match. I think in general the canoe could be a bit darker. Okay, so there's that. There's signature, which we have to figure out where to sign. And that's the main things left. In terms of effects, I was thinking, I'm still not sure about this, but I was considering that maybe we could have some sort of trail left behind by the canoe. Kind of like reality distorts a little bit behind it. Something like that. Maybe displacement map. But there's just like not a lot to distort here except this little tree. So I just think the pure distortion. Really tired? Oh, why be sorry about that? You have a good night's sleep. You'll get some rest. Have a great night, XS. Little darker and lighter lines. Yeah, maybe it just distorts. We just add some sort of, you know, wake, a boat's wake. Is that how you call it? In overlay mode or something. We just create something like that. Let's see. Let's look for. I'm thinking unsplash, turbulence, something like that. Let's see if we get some like cool textures that we could use. This doesn't really. Let's see, acrylic and pour. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so we can pick one that feels like a trail. A part of it feels like a trail. I kind of like this one. It's kind of like leaving distortions. Don't think about the color, just like the shapes. I think this one could work, but there's like tons of options. And I really like using those acrylic pour paintings for textures. They sometimes have like very interesting and like abstract things going on. So I was thinking that as overlay. I need some blur. Maybe flip vertically. Yeah, something like this. Let's see what'll work better. I'm thinking overlay. What do you guys think? This sort of thing. Maybe not this texture. Bubble for the fractal flower. I think that mostly works on like having cool colors. It wouldn't really work in black and white. It would lose a lot of that. Those interesting textures, I think. But maybe we'll leave it subtle. I kind of like the subtle version. It just feels like there's something behind them that they're rubbing against. Let's see how visible it is in the final image, but... Okay, let's see once we add everything. Also, let's sign before we do anything else. Where do we sign this? I think here it's a bit too like mixed up and complex. So we should probably find a clearer area of the image. What about these? It could work quite well, right? Like, we already have this. In the church. Can't really find a place unless we remove the spire or the cross in the spire, which kind of goes against the story. Let's see how that looks here. Darkened kind of creates some weird edges. Darker color? Same thing. No, multiply is too bad. Okay, let's just leave it at darken and blend things in a bit. That should do. Now we would need the one going across. Thinking it can do something like this. A bit kind of thin. And a little bit more here. How about this for the signature? What do you think? Let's see how everything looks together. Yeah, all those little errors that just kind of disappear. Okay, let's add some more soft light. separate this a bit so we get the silhouette of the boat a bit better. Let's reinforce these trails just in some areas. Okay. I think that's all that we need to do here. Trying to think if there's anything else we're missing. This changing the color, so what I'll do is just add all these changes below and then just apply them on top. Enoch just tweeted, when I die all my friends are going to be sealed into my tomb. Yes, we all signed that. That's we're all aware. Okay, I think there's nothing else to do here. You guys got any final thoughts before we say it is done officially? They're kind of pushing against spectral water. Kind of like that. As an improvised idea. As far as improvised ideas go, that's good, I think. I'd love to go to Canada in New Year's Eve with my picture, with my camera, and just try to take a picture of these guys as they pass by. Because come on, if they supposedly pass every year, why don't we have more pictures of them? I think people are just lazy. Okay, let's call this done, I think.